Masters and mistresses are male and female equivalents of people who are letting their dominance guide their lives and are trying to master internal principles in themselves. To master how, among other things, they resonate with every person they meet, recognizing that society in itself is made up of dominance and submission. So you're not just trying to master a sexuality, you're trying to master your role in the world, in politics. When we work with masters and mistresses, we train them in day-to-day life every bit as much as everything else. It's to become an internal master. To go from involuntary servitude to voluntary submission, people have to want to submit to me, to Collette. We have to have our mastery together to make that happen. And not only that, but that brings about an inherent equality between people. To upset the paradigm of involuntary servitude and turn it into voluntary submission implies equality. I don't want to dominate a lesser. Why would I want to? I want to dominate heads on, equal. So in many, many ways, there's an enormous political aspect to what's happening in BDSM. Not that most people are aware of it. Like so many social movements, a lot of it happens without awareness. But that changed when you ask for a definition of slave, which is a really tricky one, and holds up a lot of people in what they can and can't accept. It's now a terrific place to be able to voluntarily submit, to go through these experiences, to allow yourself these explorations, to give yourself over, to surrender, to have trust, to have devotion voluntarily. It's a terrific thing. And again, all sex is metaphoric.
You're coming here to be dominated, and you will be. So, you know, they're a customer. They put all their wishes on the table, all their hopes and dreams. And then I take them, and then I just teach them the value of submission. And it's like, no, you're really going to want to just surrender to this experience because I know what I'm doing. You know, there's enough experience there that I'm going to be able to concoct just the most wild thing in your imagination. So.
We also really protect our submissives when they do a professional session. If they have a master, even if it's somebody we know, there's always somebody like Collette, myself, or a master or a mistress in training in the room making sure the rules are respected. And if somebody does break the rules, they're gone.
Mm-hmm. We're really serious.
And you know, there's only one of us in the world. Nobody wants to be gone. You know, there's only one place they can come and find us. Happens to be in your backyard, but there is no other place right now.
You know, and then sometimes too, like things that get uncovered because we're you know, people are working on very deep personal issues and hang-ups and overcoming traumas or just getting a better handle on why they sabotage their own lives, or so things come up, people's demons, and so you always have to be prepared for going good, going good, going good, going great, bad, 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 bad. And then, you know, having to deal with that, and maybe it's in the middle of a party, and you, but you just try. You're dealing with all these very complex things and interpersonal dynamics and.
More questions.
Ooh, there was a good question. I like. Do people ever get afraid?
Whose was that?
Who is that? It's like, do people? It was something along the lines of. Do people ever get afraid?
I noticed that one too.
Well, you know, there are a lot of people that like horror movies or mystery novels. So people do like to be afraid, and in certain contexts, that adrenaline and that fear can be quite potent and used if you know how to play with that. And we call it lust and terror.
There's sex workers burnout, but as far as the other side of it, this is so alive and so growing, and we're always learning new things that it just stays exciting. It's been so long since we've just resorted to vanilla sex. You know, it just, we're always finding something new, or somebody's giving us a new toy, or a new thought, or a new kink idea, or so that's consistently exciting. And we do get tired, you know. It's like, oh God.
How many people can you hump? You know? But it's a lot of creativity, you know. It's I mean, I consider myself an avant-garde artist. I mean, this is like this is interpersonal art creation and
It's both the
art in the
sexual arts
truest
and the
sense.
healing arts.
Absolutely. Yes, because sexuality is so powerful. Well, why is everybody so afraid of it? It's powerful. Well, what happens if you let your sexuality run rampant? Well, I'll tell you, you'll get better rest at night. You won't have to take so many psychological medications. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll lose weight. You'll be healthier as a human being. You'll be happier. It's power. And if you want to give someone else that power, well, be my guest, but you're going to be miserable. Unless you control your own sexuality, you're going to be miserable.